Good evening and welcome to We have Connections Careers Advisors keeping you updated throughout the chat function. Please feel free to ask questions and throughout the sessions. I'm going to hand over to our first presenter. We've got Harlequins, Natalie from Harlequins. Thank you, Natalie.
Hi guys, I hope everyone's well and it's a bit cold outside. Cool, so I'm from Harlequins. I run the educational program called HITS. Before I go into that, I just want to tell you a bit about myself. I started as a young person on this program. So it does really show where you can get to from this program. I started when I was 17, so I joined the program. I didn't know what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. I just didn't know what I wanted to achieve. So I joined the HITS program. It was actually through Connections Worker. I then got all the way through as an apprentice as well. I joined the apprenticeship scheme, and then I am now running it. So a bit about the Harlequins and the HITS program and what we do is that we run an educational program for 16 to 18 year olds and then 19 plus if you have an educational healthcare plan. And the two main aim is what we focus on is BTEC in sport. So that's if you first join us, that's what you complete, and then you can stay with us for 2 years. You can either do you can do the BTEC sport, and then you can move on to do the employability program. On top of that, you do English and maths. So if you didn't get it in college or when you was at school, then you'll be able to get your English and maths on top of that. During our program as well, we also do like loads of sport. So we do football, we do rugby, we do cricket. We do quite a lot of sport. We have frozen. On top of that as well, you do your English, do your English and maths, and then on top of that you do work experience.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi, sorry, my computer's crashed. Can you still hear me?
We can hear you. Yes, indeed, we can hear you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's fine. I carry on.
That's okay. Carry on, please.
Thank you. Yeah, so as I was saying is we do different employability. So part of the employability course is that we learn how to get ready for work. So involved in that, you do CV writing. You will get ready for like interviews. And of course, if you have your English and maths as well, that's fine. We still take young people on. So it is a life-changing experience. On top of, you also get a bursary, so you'll sort of get some money for travel as well. So if you was to apply with us, we'd go through all that stages. When we get there, it's life-changing, especially for me as a young person. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I got through and I made it. So it just proves to anyone that it is possible to get to wherever you want to get to. It is, especially being a young person, sometimes you find it difficult. You don't want to go to a new place, or I'd just say give it a go. Anything is achievable if you put your mind to it. We also on the program we do like trips and stuff, so we go out to we do a range of different things, such as taking a tour around the stadium. So I show you into changing rooms. You get to be at the stadium when you're learning as well. So you get a nice view of the pitch, and sometimes the players are training, so that's quite nice to watch while you're learning. We offer so we get ready for work, get you ready for work environment. So after the level employability, it gets ready for work. You gain qualifications from us. So you either get your BTEC sport or employability. On the BTEC sport, so sport and active leisure. So you learn like the basic skills of how the body works, and how all your muscles form together. And then on top of that as well, you sort of do a bit of sort of like coaching your own session. So I'll just explain, recently we've had one of our learners on program at the moment. He actually ran his own session, so we done like a cricket session, which everyone was engaged in. And if you have new ideas and what you would like to do, then we're more than welcome to take you in. When you're there, you gain a lot of confidence, because we sort of bring you out your shell, to get you going, to see where your strong points are. You also make new friends. So you're mixing with people your own age, and you're basically really there to have fun and also learn new skills. It's such a small environment that you're in. It really does improve within yourself. So we are still recruiting at the moment. So if you are interested, you can go to our website. So if you type in "We Are SEL" //Harlequins, you'll be able to find us on there as well. That is all from me. If anyone does have any questions, then feel free to ask away.
Hi, Natalie. Thank you.
No worries, thank you.
We did have actually have a question. It says, do you have a website for information about
yes, so if you was to go on to just Google and just type in Harlequins hits, or if you go onto the Harlequins Foundation website, it'll be under one of the categories that you'll be able to find it on there.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Appreciate that.
No worries. If there's any more questions, I'm here.
Thanks a lot, Natalie. Can everybody hear me clearly? Because I seem to have some really bad feedback on my line. Peter, can you hear me clearly? Okay, I'm going to take that as a thumbs up. Okay, we're going to move over to... Thank you, Peter. Right, thank you very much, Natalie. We're going to move over to our next participant, and we've got Benji from Spear. Over to you, Benji. Thank you.
Great stuff. Hello, everyone. Great to see you. Just give me a thumbs up or a yes if you can hear me, just to check that I'm not speaking to myself.
Yes, Benji, we can hear you. Feel free to
Amazing.
share your screen if you want to show a presentation.
Great stuff. Thank you. I'm also fairly new to Teams, established in Zoom, but new to Teams. With the share screen button, where would I find that one? that
Share
on the screen?
Yeah, top right, the arrow, yes.
Top right. Bear with me for a moment. Hello. Open share tray. Amazing. That's really helpful. Thank you. Great stuff. Let me know if this is going to pop up. Great. Awesome. Looks like that's showing.
That's it. We can see that.
Perfect. Well, firstly, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Benji, one of the coaches on the SPEAR program. And for those of you who haven't heard about the SPEAR program, we are an employability organisation aiming to get young people into work or education between age ranges of 16 to 24. SPEAR as a whole was established 18 years ago in response to rising youth unemployment levels across London in particular. And in order to combat that, SPEAR was set up to actually think about what does it need, what does it require to get young people over some of the hurdles and obstacles that they're facing into work. So what was devised was a 6-week coaching program based around the model of coaching, and really believing that actually a lot of the potential for young people's growth and development actually lies with them, and what does it look like to draw that out and to establish that. So the 6-week coaching program is run 6 times a year. So we're currently in our 3rd week of our first program of 2022, which is really, really exciting. But we run 6 programs a year, which is 2 each term, lasting for 6 weeks, as I mentioned. This is the general outline of how the 6 weeks work. So they're based around the core skills, the core resources, and the core mindsets that are absolutely essential to be able to prepare and get ready to be able to then enter the workplace, enter education, or enter training. So as you'll see here, the first week we really look at foundational skills. What do you need to be able to actually build skills? So looking at a cycle of development, how do you actually develop skills? How do we establish skills through practice and coach feedback and making sure that confidence is building as we're growing skills? We look particularly in that first week at a really pivotal mindset as well, called the power and victim mentality. So often actually just coaching young people around with the action of choice. What responsibilities and influence can they themselves exert over a situation where they may feel powerless or stuck, and actually really believing that empowering and taking hold of the choices that we do have is actually the key to long-term sustainability and long-term change. So that's a really exciting week, getting to know the group. There's 3 group sessions in each week and 1 one-to-one personalized session, just to make sure that we're establishing community, and actually that journey is done alongside other young people, which we see on the SPEAR program builds amazing networks and connections. And they often feel as they leave the program, they're leaving with friends and with family, which is something which we absolutely love as coaches as well, being able to carry on relationship beyond this 6-week program, which I'll go on to in a moment. That second week, communication, absolutely crucial, as I'm sure we'd all agree, in terms of getting into work, being able to present and communicate effectively, whether that's verbally through presentations and group skills, or whether that's written, how to write professional emails. What does it look like getting in touch with employers and networking, and making sure that all of those aspects of communication and the young person's confidence in themselves in that area is as fully realized as possible. Within week 3, which is what we're currently in on the program, career direction week. So this is really thinking about, through the career ladder, what actually are the best next steps for the young person. So whether that's stepping into functional skills, because English and maths are absolutely key to be able to step into the next role, or whether that's going into an apprenticeship, or making sure that actually we're coaching around what does the career pathway look like, what's the next best step as well around that. But within that week, we also go into a company. So yesterday we were absolutely amazingly up the Shard on the 24th floor with a recruitment firm who hosted us for the afternoon to get an experience of the workplace, to get to network with professionals, to get experience of the workplace, what that feels like, and actually to be able to give a bit of a presentation there as well, to boost and continue to put into practice the skills, the professional skills, how are we engaging with employers and so on. With an external panel happening towards the end of the week, third week, where again, another opportunity just to ask questions, to gain some knowledge, to make some new contacts, as a great way of delving more into those skills. Week 4, interview week, my personal favorite week of the program, where we really hone in on interviews, making sure that we're coaching what's the knowledge around interviews, how to do those well, and actually within that week there's an opportunity for a mock group practice interview, for lots of opportunities for feedback for each young person within that group interview. And then towards the end of the week, some individual practice interviews, again, opportunity to put into practice the knowledge that we've been looking at in the coaching sessions and practicing. Before the end of the week, we have an event called Hire Me, which is where employers from all over London join us online on a Zoom call and actually interview our young people in a group context and take forward any young people that impress them to the next stage. So we've had some amazing employers come through, from Wagamama's and Leon, Harvey Nichols, Soho House, all the way through to Mace Construction, Omnicom, Dentsu Apprenticeships, and many more. So it's a great opportunity at the end of the week to actually put the young people forward for a live job, and actually seeing lots of them taken forward. Last Hire Me that we ran centrally across our 8 Spear Centres in London, 74 young people got taken forward to interviews and follow-up stages, which is absolutely amazing. I'll rattle off these last 2 for you. Application week. So again, similarly, all things applications. How do you do them? How do you grow in assurance that you're presenting yourself in the best way possible in your applications, and actually instilling confidence that you've got the skills to go and apply and to start making and establishing that next step. And then work ready week, which is where we have a celebration event where the young people have an evening purely dedicated to themselves, in inviting friends, family, referrers, job work coaches, all of the people that have supported these young people. It's their opportunity to really celebrate their changes, what's changed for them over the past 6 weeks, where are they going, and to really own and take hold of that for themselves. There's drinks, nibbles. It's an amazing evening. We'll definitely send an invite round. I'd love to extend an invite to the next one in a couple of weeks, just to get a flavour of that celebration. Before the young people are then launched into 12 months of follow-up support. So after this 6-week program, we absolutely believe that the 12-month follow-up support is really crucial to ensure that we're offering tailored coaching, one-to-one sessions, sending out job opportunities, and ensuring that even when young people get into work or education, they've still got a support system that's there to support them, to bounce off, to bring areas of discussion forward, whether that's there's been a conflict in the workplace, or how do you ask for a promotion, to make sure that we're actually supporting them for that follow-up year as well. But just to summarize really briefly what I've just been talking about, we've got that phase 1, the Spear Foundation, talking through work ready mindsets. What are the skills that you need? What are the resources that you need? CVs, professional emails, that kind of thing. And then Spear Career being the second phase before heading into work or education. At the Spear Centre in Hammersmith, I'm just going to pull this down actually, if I can. Okay, stop presenting. Amazing. At the Spear Centre in Hammersmith, we are on our 104th program. So at Hammersmith, it's been going for about 17 years now. And last year we were able to complete 80 young people through our program. And I'm really tough to say that even throughout the pandemic, we still are really pleased to say that 75% of the young people that complete the Spear program get into work or education and are still there a year later. So we're really proud to be able to say that, and actually to know that that's the case as we keep in contact all the way through the year. And we're hoping again to do that through our 6 programs this year, to continue working with another 80, 90 young people. But I've been talking a lot. I'd love to just show you a video that we've recently from our media team have put together, just to give you a bit of a flavour from the young person's perspective. This lady's called Nicole, and her experience of the SPEAR program. So fingers crossed, I'm going to bring that up on screen now, and that will give you a bit of a flavour of what that's like. Here we go. Do let me know if you can't hear the sound. Excellent. So okay, great. Is that an option on the once I've clicked the share button? Great. 3 dots at the top.
Benji, while you're actually setting that up, we've got a question for you on via YouTube.
Yeah, go for it.
They've asked, they said, are your courses online or classroom based?
Yeah, great question. We were running online through COVID, but we're now back in person as of October. So we are based in line. We really believe, we are based back in person in Hammersmith. We really believe that the present community doing that coaching together is actually the most effective way of actually bringing that about. But we have been online through the pandemic, but that was while that was going on. But now we're allowed back in person. We're carrying on in person. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much, Benji.
Amazing. Yes. So sorry, I'm struggling to find it. Yeah. Okay. Is that now? Okay. Not sure I've got that button on my bar. I'm on my browser. Yeah. Yeah. Open share tray. Okay, great. I think because I'm on my browser, I'm not sure that that's coming up for me.
Benji,
what I could do.
Benji, if you like, we can come back to you. Have a look at your video. We can come back to you. I can go over to the next participant, and then I'll be happy to come back to you. Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine. What I could do is just post the link in the chat. Would that work? And then someone might be able to bring that up.
Yes, we can do that. Actually, we can put that out on the YouTube chat. So that'd be a good idea.
Amazing. Let me pop this in the chat right now.
Thank you.
There we go. Sorry about that. Some technical.
No, that's okay. Thank you very much. Does anybody else have any questions for Benji? I'm just checking on the chat. Thank you, Hands and Connections, for updating the chat. Ah, yes, we do. It says, do you help with travel expenses?
If travel expenses are an issue, that is something which we can look at. And if that is the barrier to coming, we'd really want to be able to have that conversation. Obviously, the nature of it being a free program and a charity is not something which we can do for everyone within the program. But if that is a barrier that's stopping you coming, absolutely, let's have that conversation. And it's worth mentioning on that, if you are wanting to join or to actually just have a conversation about the next program, which starts on the 1st of March. So our next 6-week program starts on the 1st of March. There are a couple of ways that you can do that. You can go onto our website, just type in SPEAR, so SPEAR, SPEAR, and then go on the Hammersmith Centre and get in touch with us via the contact details there. We'll book in a one-to-one, get you into the centre, show you around, and just have a conversation about, is this the next best thing for you, and how we might be able to support you. And then I'll also just pop an email address in the chat now, which hopefully we'll be able to post on the YouTube link as well. And you can email that with any questions, or if you're wanting to come into the centre and find out more, do get in touch with us.
Thank you very much, Benji. We're going to hand over to our next participant, and we've got Sherwin from Multiverse. Over to you, Sherwin.
I just want to make sure everyone can hear and see me okay.
We can all hear you, Sherwin.
Can you see me yet?
I can see you now, yeah.
Fantastic. All right, no worries. Give me 1 second. Let me share my screen and then I'll begin. All right, just let me know when my screen's visible to everyone, please.
You're good to go, Sherwin.
Thank you. All right, so hi, I'm Sherwin. I'm one of the executives at Multiverse, and I'm just here to talk a little bit about Multiverse, what we do, and how you can benefit from Multiverse, either as a young person or a business. But to understand Multiverse as a whole, you need to understand a little bit about our mission and our origins, where we came from. So we were founded on the belief that for a very long time, there's been a lot of inequality and a big imbalance in the access to quality careers and education. Our founders and our senior leadership, before starting the company, they all worked in lots of really, massive sectors like finance and tech and marketing and banking. And what they essentially saw was that those sectors didn't reflect the society that we lived in, okay? Everyone was from the same background, everyone went to the same schools, everyone thought in the same way, which is a massive problem in any space or field or business that's trying to grow and develop and innovate. So another observation that they made was that, by the way, can everyone still hear me? I just want to make sure, because my internet's a bit poor today.
Yeah, we can hear you. If we stop any connection, I'll let you know, Sherwin.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ina.
Thank you.
So yeah, another observation that they made was that university had this massive monopoly on education. And what I mean by that is that they basically got to say who got good jobs and who didn't, right? Which again, a massive problem. And ironically, recently, what market research has shown is that university aren't actually teaching the skills that are currently in the most demand by employers currently. So Multiverse is essentially the response to this. We want to democratize the access to quality education and quality careers, and then close those critical skills gaps by equipping people with the highly sought after skills that are in the most demand by businesses, but universities aren't catering to. And as a whole, that comes under our umbrella mission, which is to create a diverse group of future leaders and innovators by creating that outstanding alternative to university. So we do this through two main avenues. We have the new hires, what we call career starters. These are people between the ages of 16 to 24. At the beginning of their careers, they're either school, college, even sometimes university leavers, and they want to break into the career of their choice, right? So they would come to us. We would, find them a role within a business, so the business would hire them, and then we would provide them with a suitable training program operating alongside their employment that, is very matched to their employment in terms of role fit, and it will equip them with the necessary fundamental skills for them to be productive and then successful in that role over time. We also have the career builders aspects, right? So these are existing employees within organizations that either want to upskill or the business wants to invest in their own development. So if you're already an employed person within an organization and you either want, a promotion, or you want to be able to add value, you want to get a pay rise, or you want to move into another part of the business that you just won't be able to because the business won't be able to facilitate that for you. Again, this is another option you can use Multiverse for, right? You let us know what the role is you're trying to move into. You look through our catalog of programs, you find the program that matches to the skill sets that you're trying to develop. You go on that, and then you'll develop those skills that will give you the necessary experience to be able to be successful within that role as well. So with the approach that we have, we're essentially aiming to solve three big problems within the current workforce. The first one is diversity. we've trained and hired over 8,000 apprentices in the last 4 years. And within that pool, 53% of them are women, 52% of them are from ethnically diverse backgrounds, and 40% of them identify with contextual flags, such as being in care, being on free school meals, being a refugee, for example, right? And then the other side of that, on the upskilling piece, is that, you know, diverse people want to be able to excel. Oh, sorry, it looks like my fire alarm's going off. If you give me 1 second, many apologies for this. Brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, so as I was saying, the other side of that is the upskilling piece, right? So one of the main problems that businesses have is that, yes, they want to hire diversely, but if you look at where all the diverse people are within their organization, what you'll notice is that there isn't a fair distribution. All the diverse people from different backgrounds are concentrated at the entry level, right at the bottom, and it's very, very rare that they ever get promoted. Again, through our programs, we're able to change that, because and this brings us on to another part of it, which is your skills and your ability. How are you going to be able to add value to an organization or a business in order for you to leverage it to get a promotion? So it takes us on to another problem, which is capacity. There are great businesses out there that really want to hire diverse and smart people, but believe it or not, they struggle to actually make themselves available to you guys, right? They struggle to actually attract you into the business, which they can do through us, and vice versa. You can make yourself, as a young person looking for a great career, visible to them through Multiverse and us supporting you and backing you. And then the final barrier here is that, you know, stopping businesses from taking advantage of hiring non-university, non-middle